Hey, what's going on guys, Mixuba here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a Mono Black Devotion deck for standard best of 1. So I'm a huge fan of Mono Black Devotion, and I try to make at least one video with it every standard cycle, if that's what you want to call it. Like every time a different set comes out, there's like that kind of block where I did one when Zendikar dropped. Now I'm going to do one during Cal time, and next time around at some point during Strixhaven we'll do another one then. But this time around, I've gone for a different spin on the deck. We are going to be utilizing the Hateful Eidolon package as well as the Snow package. So we'll get into the list. We start out with 4 Hateful Eidolons. I really want a source of card advantage within my mono black deck, and Eidolon's just a really good 1-drop. We don't have many good 1-drops in black right now. We've lost our more aggressive cards like Knight of the Ebon Legion a while back, but I'm just saying like that's a goated 1-drop, absolutely killer. And cards like Serrated Scorpion or what's the other one? The one that fetches itself aren't that great. So I feel like our best ones really are Hateful Eidolon and the Archfiend's Vessel. So we're running both of them here, along with, instead of Bloodchief's Thirsts, Heartless Act, and Eliminates, Deadweight and Mire's Grasp for 2 reasons. One, they deal with a lot of the mono-white indestructibility that's been going around the dog and the hollow blade. Basically the minus doesn't protect against indestructibility, and we also get to draw cards off the Eidolon as a plus, as well as the fact that we can recur all these cards with our Luris to have removal spells on tap, as well as a solid 3-drop with double devotion to black. So always keep in mind, we're trying to play 2 devotion to black, as well as advancing our other game plans and just killing our opponent. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's how we have this kind of package. Archfiend's Vessel kind of fits into the Luris package, where it's not that good unless we have a way to reanimate it, and Luris serves that purpose. Just also 1/1 Lifelinker is fine on its own. It's another devotion. It's something to do on 1. Moving on to the 2-drops, 3 Timurettes. Timurette's fine. 2 devotion to black, can get a huge booty, kind of like the Daxos, but it has a pretty good ability where you can kind of clean out your opponent's yard, acting like a pseudo scavenging ooze. Solid card, not amazing, not horrible, mainly here before double black pips, which, by the way, we'll get into that when we talk about it. Hopefully the Snow mana base doesn't cuck us too much. Anyways, Acquisitions Expert as another solid 2-drop, basically just helping us get into our opponent's hand. You also have the 1/2 where you go Vessel into Expert to look at even more cards and have a, well, ideally better discard on a body. 1 devotion is fine. You can't ask for more than that on your 2-drops bar Timurette. 3-drops is where it gets really interesting. We have Luris, which, you know, acts as a double black devotion. The kind of semi-Orzhov pip acts as either 1 black or 1 white. And Luris can recur pretty much, yeah, all these cards, which is amazing. Ayara is fine. Again, we have 1 double black card and 1 triple black card with 4 non-black lands. So the mana can get a bit tricky, but again, I'll explain when I get to the mana base part of the video. Ayara is great. Whenever we whenever a black creature ETBs, we gain 1 life and the opponent gets drained for 1 life. You can also do the whole combo where you sacrifice a black creature, and if you have Nightmare Shepherd and you sack Gary, you get a token of Gary and you get to double drain them essentially. That's like the 3-4-5 combo that the deck's trying to play for. If not, you can always do like block, I sacrifice my creature, draw a card, you know, hopefully you're digging towards something. IR is like fine. She's not amazing, but she's mostly here for her triple black devotion. Murderous Rider is a slightly more versatile removal spell with pretty good devotion as well. I'm not sure how this is going to shoe in, but we're just testing out 1 copy. Demonic Embrace, mostly because we have Eidolon, and it kind of plays up for enchanting our own creatures. If we enchant something with an Embrace while we have an Eidolon on the field and it dies, we get to draw another card. It's also a way to sneak in extra damage. We have a lot of lifelinkers in this list, so paying the 3 life sometimes isn't bad. And we have a fair amount of card draw with the Eidolon, so hopefully that can get us to hitting all our lands, and potentially, if we flood out, we have the Embrace to fall back on. Call can reanimate any of our 3-drops or a combination of a 2-drop and a 1-drop. This 2-drop has a good ETB. This one's pretty integral to the deck. This one reanimates as a 5/5. You guys get what I'm saying. We have really solid creatures we'd like to reanimate. On 4, we have some Nightmare Shepherds. I've toned it back. I typically have gone with 4 of this card, but I think 3 is fine. A 4-mana 4/4 flyer is a solid stat line, but the card can be a little bit slow, and I found it a bit clunky in best of 1, especially on the draw. So we're going with 3 Shepherds, and we're going to see how that goes. And obviously, Gary as our top end. When it ETBs, you just drain the opponent for 1,000,000, and you gain a hell of a lot of life. So it's kind of your turn the corner against anything hyper aggressive. Now, the real quote-unquote meat and potatoes of the video, the mana base. So building this, I'm kind of inspired by Ash Flizzle's Vampire deck that she's been playing in the Historic Challenge. Basically, that deck operated very well with a snow mana base very similar to this, and even less lands, running 4 Faceless Havens, some Swamps, Castles. There might have been something else in there, but I'm pretty sure it's just this kind of split with even less lands. I think she ran 22 and we're running 24. And there's a lot of cards like that Double Pip Vampire on 2 that there's really not that many issues in casting. So, and I watched a fair amount of those streams. So I'm thinking the Faceless Haven is such a solid card and it's such a good way to close out games that it'd be stupid just to basically not give ourselves that sort of out. If you're having that much trouble hitting all your black lands, you can even tone it down on Faceless Haven and increase the snow-covered swamps to even have like a more black mana to Faceless Haven ratio if you're not activating it that much. And I honestly might go that route depending on how more testing games go, but that's the rationale behind it. And 2 Lochthwains just because sometimes you flood out or sometimes you just have no gas and you need to draw off your lands. And I really do love Castle Lochthwain. I think it's the best of the Eldraine castles. So that's it for the list, guys. It will be in the description down below as always. If you like the deck, be sure to drop a like on the video and consider subscribing. It motivates me to make more content. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Let's get into some games. Okay, yeah, hand is fine. No companion, so we can pretty much assume it's something aggressive. Ah, yes. Gotta love that first game lag. Just give it a second, guys. It'll smooth out, as always. And mono red. No surprise there. Oh, boy. Alright, I literally had to reset my game. I had some crazy glitch where it wouldn't show me that I could enter a game. It just said... It was like... It glitched into some old version of the client, and I had to reset, and it just wouldn't show me my my decks and stuff. Alright, we can take that castle. We play this to be mana efficient, and we can basically force a combat trick, or make sure they don't attack with the Fervent Champion, to be more specific. And they hit a Gary, so... that's fine. We'll take 2. So we have a Vessel now. Vessel's not bad. We can go Vessel into a Mire's Grasp, or we can just play Ayara. I mean, they're so far from casting Gary, and this starts gaining life, which is the main way they kill me. So let's go with this. Board presence can be a problem, but my creatures have pretty big booties. So they're going to need some combat tricks, and we have quote-unquote infinite removal with this Lurrus as long as it can stick. The fact that the opponent drops off Castle Embereth is pretty solid. Means that they're probably going to be banking on something like a Faceless Haven, and there it is. Check the Psychic. No, I'm playing. And they actually stomp the Acquisitions Expert and pass. Okay, that's interesting. Can play an Archfiend's Vessel and play a Mire's Grasp, but honestly, I kind of want to save Mire's Grasp for this, so we're going to go with the Vessel. I can sacrifice it to draw, but I think we're going to wait on that interaction. And we're going to clip the Robber. And we are going to be wasting a mana, but I think that's okay right now. Especially because I can sack Ayara, or I sack the Vessel to Ayara now. Draw the card, or now, like on their turn. Draw the card, and then... Ooh, so how do we do it? Do I block with Ayara? And then, like, try to force a combat trick? They might have just drawn a Rimrock Knight. I think we block with the Vessel and just say our piece, and then we just go for, like, a call on this plus the Vessel. And if we draw land, we can just slow roll it. I think that's fair. We miss out on a bit of lifelink damage, but I like this line. Another Myers Grasp, okay. Let's go. I want to see an Eidolon. Looking for that little enchantment boy. And as you guys can see, the game has smoothed itself out, so we're chilling on that. Okay, opponent went to first strike. I don't know why they're freaking out so much. It's not like they did something crazy. Land 4, okay, so they can start animating Faceless Haven. We actually did find the Eidolon. Ooh, okay. Alright, so we can wait on that. We can just reanimate now. Not going to attack, they can animate this and block. Go for the call. Gain some life, start draining them out, get into that hand, and get a 5/5. Death Touch, Menace, yep. Feels good that those counters aren't going totally to waste. And look at Ayara pop off. This is why we got her down before we started playing out more creatures. I mean, Faceless even holds priority, but they could also have, like, Rimrock Knight, which would explain the attack. Bone Crusher Giant. Well, unfortunate, but we can sack to draw. Now we find another 1/1. Look at all this. And yeah, by doing that, we actually take out another giant as well. So opponent's down low on resources. We have a Death Touch Acquisitions Expert, and we have a bunch of gas in hand. So it's not looking too bad for us. Frostbite my Ayara. Okay. A little annoying, but it's fine. And just pass, I guess. You're not getting through anything with this champion. Yeah, I would welcome an attack. It's all you, men. Just waiting on the opponent. Ayara has kept us nice and topped up. Another Eidolon, okay. So, we play you out. And we just take out a Bone Crusher Giant. We take a bit of damage to do so, but we draw another card. And we hit land at long last. So do we play an Eidolon or a Vessel? I think we just go for the other Vessel. I have one in the yard still, right? Yup. So double Eidolon or Vessel and Eidolon. I think this has more upside in the form of potentially drawing cards, but I also kind of want to go Lurrus into... actually, you can go Lurrus into, like, Deadweight next turn, so let's actually play this out. No attacks. I'm holding this back for a potential Haven attack. I'll trade this for a Haven gladly. Torbrand. Torbrand pulls up. I can triple block. And then they take out one thing, or I could just take 3, and honestly, taking 3 is fine here. It's kind of whatever. So, land, we play Lurrus. And then we go Deadweight you, draw 2 cards. Draw, cool. Play out the 1/1. And we can pass like that. With plenty to do next turn. Another Ayara, another Myers Grasp. So we can double spell this Torbrand out, and oh look, my MTGA assistant's glitching out again. I thought I had turned that off. Anyways, yeah, so next turn, because I drew land, we can go cast this from hand, cast a Deadweight from the yard, draw 4 cards, and attack for like a bunch of lifelink damage. If they animate this Haven, we can take it out some other way, I think. But yeah, basically all they really have going for them is this Haven. We have Lurrus every turn with a million cards of value. Archfiend's Vessel to reanimate, and yeah, we're killing it from here. Okay, yeah, not bad. We have our Faceless Haven, and we have our creatures. Alright, Fireblade Charger, and there's the deadweight. Let's start out with the actual body. I think I'm taking this block if they attack. They wouldn't get any other value. Okay, and there's double Fervent Champion, very good. My favorite result. Jesus, okay. I mean, we have some removal, so it's not the worst. So what do we go for? We can go for an Acquisitions Expert. We can go for potential double block. Alright. Or I could have just removed one of these champions, but I think we chill out on that for a minute and then next turn go for a mass removal thing. And they have to show me 2 cards out of these 3. Faceless Haven or Robber? Let's drop off Robber. Faceless Haven might be more of a long-term problem, but if they're playing Robber here, that's not exactly ideal for us either. No surprise there. Faceless Haven gets played. So, I think we double block. If they have a pump spell, so be it. A cleave. They have the cleave. Guys, they have the cleave. Alright. I was looking at like a Rimrock Knight or something. Jesus. And that was the last card in their hand too? Okay. I see you. So we take you out. We can play this land here. And now what? Do we take out their last card in hand? I think that's probably fair. And then we're going to take a bit of damage next turn, but we know it's not going to be too much. Yeah, and it's smashing, so not horrible, not amazing. But yeah, their draw has been good. There's no denying that. And a Eidolon would have gone a long way in this game. Free equip. If they attack with the Charger, I will take the block. Take 4. In before pump spell. Doesn't kill me. Alright, I need not a land off the top. Alright, that's not a land. You go for the Mire's Grasp. Yeah, imagine I had a Eidolon throughout all of this. Like, disgusting. And they go for a Stomp. Okay. We can actually take 0 damage from this. -1. Yep. And we play land and pass. Okay. So like Call of the Death Dweller is really good here. Luris is amazing here. They just animate Faceless Haven and punch me with it. Okay. There's a Nightmare Shepherd. Are you any good? I guess I trade this for a Faceless Haven, right? Let's just play it out. Was kind of hoping for like some life gain. Or like the Luris or something along those lines. Fervent Champion, equip. Yeah, we take those blocks here. We take those blocks here, and we know what they have, so we're just trading this Fervent Champion with the cleave for... That opponent's draw's been good, and we lose. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, hand is a little bit awkward, but I think it's okay. We have no exact payoffs, and we don't have another snow land for the Faceless Haven if we draw it. That's a really good card to have. I'm thinking of increasing the amount of Lurises I play just because so many cards in our early game pair really well with it, but we'll see. Ooh, Aspirant. We have a nice little deadweight for you. And it's okay, I'll play a little bit mana inefficiently to take that thing out properly. Ooh, look at this lag. Okay, interesting. I had to reset my my laptop anyways, so, you know. Okay, that's unfortunate as well. But it's fine. Ooh, Gary, hello. We can go for Timret plus a deadweight. And then start recurring the deadweights off the Luris. and then slam Gary. And from there, maybe draw some cards off castles. So we have a decent plan. Okay, Alcide and Sky Mall up the Alcide. Okay. Let's go for it. We'll start out with one deadweight. It doesn't actually kill the Alcide, but it's fine. We can still get this attack in. And a 1/1 first strike, sorry, lifelink flyer is a lot less scary than a 3/3. Okay, well, they're just making this thing even bigger. So we've pretty much just nullified one of their malls. I think I'm gonna go for this. Let's attack and see what happens. Yep, we're going to go for that, and we're going to hold open Timurit's ability, as well as the castle draws. Look how suited up this one, I'll say it is. That's pretty funny. I guess in this spot, Bloodchief's Thirst looks a little bit better than these deadweights, but the second we find a... What's the card called? Oh my god, guys, I'm sorry, I'm freaking exhausted. The little 1/2 that makes us draw cards, or allows us to draw cards off killing the thing with enchantments. If we had that online, we'd feel a lot better about it, but we can just go for this draw. Take some damage. It's okay, we're gonna get some life. Ooh, there it is. That's gonna finish out the Alcide, and then we can kill the Aspirant as well. Oh, I guess I should have waited for him to finish playing. If I do Gary, it doesn't happen. But yeah, look, this is just dirty. Yeah, we're going to do this now before we attack with the Lurrus because they can double block and I don't want them to double block. So we go here. Lurrus with removal value. Feels good. They can go pro-black. Oh, they should have gone pro-black on the Aspirant. Does it really matter? I don't think so. We'll just go here. And the opponent scoops it up. Yeah, Lurrus just absolutely carries with all these cheap auras that we can slap around on the opponent's mono-white creatures. And like I said, the ---- is so important. If they can't remove the Lurrus, they're in just a really poor spot. And we don't even need a Slam Gary as a closer. We can just milk this thing for value. Okay, on the draw again against Yorion, I think this is a pretty good hand for the matchup. And we're on Triome. Alright, well, we have our curve. We're just gonna need to draw some lands and get there, hopefully. If we miss one land, it's not the end of the world, but ideally we don't. Alright, that's good. Okay, and we're suited up. We have board presence. I might just play this to get another aggressive body out. I mean, quote-unquote aggressive. 3 mana, 2/3. Crippling Fear or Valky. Oh boy. We'll go for the Crippling Fear. I think that's the plan. They can play Valky for all I care. We could just kill it with the Rider, or they can take the Rider. It's not a big deal. Hold the Multiverse. Okay. So I'm looking for another 3-drop. I'm not sure how I feel about actually playing out the Rider. They might have another Crippling Fear, in which case this all looks really bad. Okay, I guess we just hold open Murderous Rider. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And if they play out Valky, we have a target, I guess. And they bind. Okay. Binding isn't amazing, but it's also, like, fine. They take out the Lifelinker. Makes sense. Myers Grasp's not looking really good. Okay. Getting in for some damage. And Shepherd means that Crippling Fear looks bad. If they play Valky and take something, we can kill it even. Yeah. It's a bad look. It is a bad look. We'll play out Gary with Sad Gary, no devotion. Because our opponent wiped everything out. Yeah, this deck is very tuned to deal with aggressive matchups. It's just how it is. Yeah. Valky can take Murderous Rider, but it dies to the Myers Grasp, so kind of whatever. And it dies to the Grasp regardless. Haven by Yorion, I guess. They're playing around with it. Cultivate, okay. Crazy ramp. We might not be out of it yet. Well, like, out of the game. The opponent might brick from here. I mean, I'll attack. If they want to block, so be it. No blocks. Alright. I will grasp, and I guess we'll get on the board. They can buy and play Yorion, but we can weaken it down to a 2-3. So it's like fine, it's not ideal. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, alright, Sad Yorion after Sad Gary. Nice. Hey, that's a good one. If we lower this thing's power down, they can't block and kill anything, so we go here. I can draw now, I guess. If we hit a dead weight, Yorion just dies. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Second castle isn't horrible either, but I think I'd prefer a Faceless Haven right now. And we see a Crippling Fear. Gary surviving it. Name's Advisor. It's pretty jokes. Okay, what do you got? So, Crippling Fear looking really bad compared to Extinction Event. A little bit of Flood. Can't even lie. Let's draw, see what we find. More land. Jeez, okay. I run 24 lands, guys, I swear. Opponent's taking the chump. And we'll pass. When do we have, like, 10 lands? Jesus. I mean, the opponent has 10 also, but they've ramped multiple times. So, that just goes to show you. Heartless Act. Feels kind of bad. But we have some card advantage engines. They hit land, okay. Please, no more land unless it's Faceless Haven. Alright, fine. Like, fine. At the very least. I think I draw once just to see what I hit. And then we wait. Nice. Nice. Well, we're going to be hitting our land drops for a while. 7 mana draw 2. Feels good. Cultivate. Yep. Thin your deck out of even more land. So we're just both landlords right now. But we have a Faceless Haven. So we have a 2-turn clock. And I think we're hilariously drawing more cards because of these castles. Look at my greedy mana base paying off. My greedy monocolored mana base. And there's a Lurrus. Okay. These are all good things. So we have 10 mana. It costs 4 to do this and attack. 5, 6, or it costs 3 actually. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we can play 10 as the Artrine's Vessel. Okay. So let's go. That is assuming this thing survives. Okay, opponent down to 5. And we can make them show us both cards if we do this first. Actually, no, we can't. I was just thinking of the Cleric subtype. It's okay, they'll ditch a Plains, like, whatever. And we even are up a mana at the end of the day. So they're probably going to show us a Swamp. Oh, I have another. Oh, yeah, because this is all creature types. Nice. Okay, so did the opponent rip an ultimatum? And they scoop it up. Nice. So I'm pretty sure ultimatum is a better matchup than we do. But we do have the Faceless Havens, which come really big into play. And the opponent flooded, but you can't say we didn't. We drew a hell of a lot of land as well. Alright, guys, and we are back. So Pretty safe to say the Faceless Haven Snow mana base definitely paid off. I never was punished by the crazy black mana costs that I have in the deck, like the black pips that we have the devotion, as opposed to our 4 snow lands being in the deck. I never didn't curve out properly, and every time Faceless Haven showed up, I was happy to see it. So that's probably a good sign, and Ash Lizzle's sort of deck building experience definitely helped me out because I don't think I would have had the balls to put 4 Faceless Haven in a deck with a double black pip on 2 and a triple black pip on 3, but hey, worked out. And if it's not working for you, you can start dropping these off and play more swamps or more castle locked wanes depending on what you're feeling. Anyways, guys, deck list will be in the description down below as always. Deck's fun, and deck isn't bad, but it's better against aggro than anything based on our, enchantment removal package and our incremental life gain via Timret, all the life linkers, Ayara, Gary, but it has fairly okay game against control as well. It doesn't have the best matchups, but they would get better post board if you play this in best of 3. Being in black, you can side in lots of hand hate. So that's going to be it for me, guys, and I hope I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.